Hello guys, my name is Destiny and welcome back to my channel. So in this video, we're going to go ahead and work with the models. I actually changed my mind. I wanted to work with authentications in the second part of this video, but now we're going to work with models so that we can be able to post images, work with tags, and work with a lot of things. So in the upcoming videos, we're going to go ahead and work with authentications. Okay, so what we want to do is go ahead and open up the Sublime text. And you remember I'm going to close out all the tabs. So you remember we already have an application here named Post, or an app named Post. So what I want to do is just open up the Post app, and okay, I open up the Post app and I'm simply going to open up the models.py. Okay, so in the models.py, what we're going to do, firstly, we need to make sure that we are logging into the admin. So this /admin, as you can see, it will say something like we should put in a username and a password, but we don't have a username, we don't have a password, so we should be doing that from the terminal. But I think let's create the models first, then when we are making migrations and migrating, then we can do the rest of the things. So now we need to import a couple things. We need to firstly import user. Okay, we're gonna be importing user from django.contrib.auth.auth. Okay, what am I typing? .models. We need to import user. Okay, just like that. I hope there is no error in that. Now we also need to import post save and post delete. So that will be from django.db.models.signals. So from django.db, not bd, db rather, dot models, I think dot signals, we want to import post underscore, not post dash, rather post underscore save and post underscore delete, just like that. Okay, so the next thing we want to import is slugify. That's going to help us slugify our hashtags. So we're going to say from django.utils.text, we want to import slugify, yeah, just like that, and make sure you are saving. Okay, now let's go ahead and create a user directory path. This is going to be where all the images, the profile picture of a particular user will be uploaded to. So let's say my name is Destiny. It is automatically going to create a folder with maybe a name Destiny or just a random code that's going to specify that that folder is for Destiny. Then all my posts, all my videos, or the profile pictures or whatever that's related to Destiny would be uploaded into that folder. So what we want to say is simply define a user underscore directory underscore path, and this is going to take in a couple of things. It's going to take in instance and it's going to take in file name. So just like that. And now the next thing I want to do is simply go ahead and return. So it's kind of tricky from here, just pay attention. We're going to return user and we're going to say underscore, open up curly brackets like that, and we're going to pass in 0 in there, and there's going to be a slash, open up another curly bracket. I'm going to pass in 1, or I'm going to explain what all this does. And from here we're going to say dot format, just like this. And the next thing we want to do is pass in instance dot user dot id, which is the like the user that's going to own the folder, and we're going to pass in the name of the file name. Okay, so with this now, I think everything should work fine. I don't know, I usually mess this up, so I highly recommend to myself to go ahead and check out one of my other posts, one of my other projects that I've done, to make sure that I'm not making an error over there. So I'm going to open up this, I'm going to open up my models.py, and this is it over here. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to come over here and okay, yeah, that's it. It's just working perfectly fine. So we can just give this a comment so you know what it does. I think that should be uploading user files to a specific directory. Okay, so with that now, we need to go ahead and create another class that's going to be tag. So this one is going to inherit from models.model, just like that. Okay, so firstly it's going to have a tag, and it's going to be models.char field, just like that. and it's gonna have a max underscore length. This max underscore length is gonna be, let's say, 100. I hope the spelling of the length is correct, or I'm gonna get an error. Let's say the tag should be 100. Then we need to have verbose underscore name should be let's just name it tag. I don't know, that's not important, but whatever, let's just do it. Rename it tag. Okay, so the next thing we should have is a slug. So a slug should go to models.slug field, and we want to have, firstly, we're gonna have null should be false. So all tag is gonna have a slug definitely, and unique is gonna be true. So all tags must be unique, and we also need to pass in default should be equal to uuid.uuid1, just like that. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna have is just define a class meta, and let's add in a verbose name, and the verbose name plural. I think, no, it should be plural, so that when we have like more than one tag, it will say tags, and when we have just one, it should say tag. Okay, hopefully you understand what's going on. So this is inconsistent use of strings. Okay, single quotes. Now the next thing we need to do is define a get absolute URL, so that when a user click on a tag, let's say the name of the tag is football or Cristiano Ronaldo, then it's gonna take them to another page that's gonna show them a lot of posts that have the same tag Cristiano Ronaldo. So we're gonna create get absolute URL, and we're gonna pass self because it's in this class tag. Okay, now next thing we need to do is simply return reverse, and we need to import this from Django.urls. So we're gonna say from Django.urls we need to import reverse, just like that. So we're gonna say return reverse, and the name of the URL is gonna be tags. So this is what we're gonna name the URL. Don't worry, you're still gonna see what all this does. And now to get the particular post, or let's say, yeah, the particular post, it should be self.slug. Okay, hopefully you understand. Don't worry, when you see it in action, you're gonna understand what it does. Okay, so the next thing we can do, and this is gonna throw an error if we don't have a tag URL yet. So if there's an error, we're just gonna go ahead and comment it out. So finally, let's define the str, and it's gonna take self. Now this is simply gonna return not like a dummy object name, but whatever we wanted to return. So let's say we want to return self.title. That's going to return the title of the tag. Okay, hopefully you understand. And I think finally we need to save the tag. So we're going to say define save, and we're going to override. It's like overriding the save method, and this is going to be tag, and the other one is going to be quags. I hope that's correct. Yeah, and add a colon at the back. So we're gonna say if not self.slug. Don't worry, I'm gonna explain this. So if not self.slug, what do we want to do? We want to do self.slug should be equal to slugify. No, not slug field, rather slugify. And what do we want to slugify? We want to slugify self.slug. So look at this. So if not self.slug, so if not self.slug over here. So what I simply mean that if there is not a slug like this, then we want to create a self.slug, and we're gonna slugify it with the slug over here. Okay, I know that's like too much to take in, but don't worry, when you see it in action, you're gonna understand what it does perfectly well. Now okay, what did I just do now? Okay, finally we need to return super. That's gonna just go ahead and save it. Save. And in this place we need to pass in args and keyword args. So that's argument and keyword argument. Okay, so that's looking cool. Now for this UUID over here, note we also need to import UUID, or we're gonna have an error. So we're gonna say import UUID, just like that. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is go ahead and define a class post. So this one is simply gonna help us keep track of posts, videos, and all that. So we're gonna be using an ID instead of a slug or a PK. So we're gonna say this should be model.uuid field, models.uuid field, and as usual, it's gonna take in primary key should be true. What else? We need default should be equal to uuid dot uuid4 this time around, uuid4. So uuid and uuid4, they are quite self-explanatory. You could just go ahead and Google what is uuid1, uuid2, uuid3, and so on. What does it mean? Then finally, edit table should be false, so we won't be able to edit the ID. Okay, so with this now, the next thing we should do for here is go ahead and add in a picture field, a field that's gonna let us add in pictures. Okay, let's just call that picture, and it's gonna be models.image field, and that's gonna take upload underscore to, and we're gonna upload to user directory path, and the verbose underscore name is gonna be let's say picture. Yeah, that should be it. And a picture it can also be null, so let's say null should be true. Okay, now we also need a caption. So just like normal Instagram caption, this is going to be a char field. So models.char field, and we need to have a max underscore length, and let's just put it to a very, very long number because captions can be really, really long. And what else do we need? Let's say we need a verbose name, and this one should be called caption. Okay, so the next thing we need is the date that it was posted. So this is going to be models dot date time field, and in here what we need is author. Now add should be equal to true, so it's automatically gonna get the current date and time that the user is about to make the picture, and it's automatically gonna append it to the post. So finally, okay, not finally, we need tag. So this is gonna be models.many to many field, and this is gonna take tag. We created it above, you can remember, and we need a related name for this so we don't have errors, and there's gonna be tags. Okay, so we also need a user. So user should be models.foreign key, and they should go to user. And we also need to check if a user gets deleted, what should we do to their post? So we're gonna say on delete should be equal to models.cascade. Okay, so models.cascade. And do we need any other thing for the user? I don't think. Then finally, we need likes should be equal to models.integer field, integer field, and default is gonna be 0. Okay, hopefully you understand. Now we need to define a get absolute URL just like we did over here. We can simply copy this and put it down there just like that. This one is going to be post dash details. Okay, so when we want to view the details of a post, we're going to name the URL post as details, and this one over here isn't going to be string, rather it's going to be str. So str, and we're going to do something in here. I'm going to open up parentheses just like this. Now I'm going to pass in self.id. So whenever we want to get a particular post, how we're going to identify that the post that we're actually trying to get is the exact post, or let's say we want to like a post, how to detect that the like should go to this particular post that we're about to like will be gotten with this ID, which we defined over here. So ID is simply going to identify each post and give them like their own identity. Self-explanatory, I know. Okay, then we also need the under str. Okay, paste that in there. It's gonna be what should it be? Okay, let's just leave it at self dot, let's say self dot caption, or we could leave this out for now. Okay, now the next thing we also need is to define a class, and this class is gonna be follow. So we're gonna say class follow. Now this one's get really like, I don't know what to say. This one's get really intense. Should I use the word intense, or should I say okay, let's say logical, because it's not as plain as this one. This one's a self-explanatory, but don't worry, you're still gonna understand. So class follow. Now a follower. Now let me explain what follower and following mean. Follower is me, following is who I'm following, so you don't like distract yourself or confuse yourself with follower and following, because that actually confuses me a lot. Okay, so I'm gonna pass this into foreign key, and a follower should definitely be a user, like a logged in user, and on the lead should be equal dot models dot cascade, just like that. And we need to add in a related name. This related name is gonna be not follow, rather it's gonna be follower, just like that. We also need the same thing, but this one is gonna be following, and I did that by doing Control CV, following. Okay, so follower, following, hopefully you understand. Now we need to go ahead and define a class stream. So class stream. Now what this one is gonna do is, when I follow a user, it's automatically gonna stream whatever they have posted to me. Hopefully you understand. So models.model, just like that. And we're gonna add in, let me paste this in. I was still having it on my clipboard, so I'm gonna paste it in. Following should be models.foreign key, user on the lead is this class, related name should be stream following, just like that. And what else do we need? We also need user, so I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm gonna make it user, and take note, you're still gonna have this exact same things in here, but let me get rid of the related name, or we could just say related name should be let's say stream user. We can change that at any time. Now we also need this, but this time around is gonna be post, and this is gonna be post that we defined over there at the top. And a post can be null, so we can say null should be true. Okay, so hopefully you understand what's going on. And finally we need date should be equal to models dot date time field. You remember, let's just leave this blank for now. Now finally we need to add post, so we're gonna say define add underscore post. So when I follow you, they are supposed to add up all my posts to your feed. So it's gonna take in sender, it's gonna take in instance, it's gonna take in our lovely args and our lovely keyword args. Okay, so this now post is gonna be instance. Don't worry, I'm gonna explain all this. User is gonna be post dot user. Okay, let's get rid of that. Post.user. Followers should be equal to follow.objects.all. So we are getting all the follower for the particular user. Then we're gonna filter it by following should be equal to user. Don't freak out, I said I'm gonna explain all this. So now for follower in followers, now I want to get, okay, what am I doing? For follower in followers, now what we simply want to do is get each follower and stream that post to them. Hopefully you understand. So let's say you have 3 followers. Now we're gonna get, and let's say these 3 followers are John, Karen, and somebody else, let's say Michael. Now we're gonna get John, we're gonna show John all your posts. We're gonna go ahead and get Karen, we're gonna show her all your posts. We're gonna get Michael, show him all your posts and all that. So that's what we're doing over here. Now we're gonna define a stream just like that, and we're gonna set this to stream dot, okay, that shouldn't be a dot, that should be stream. Now you remember we created a stream over here, so the first thing we have is post. Now we are calling the class that we created. Now post should be equal to post, user should be equal to, just pay attention, user should be equal to follower dot follower. Don't worry, I'm gonna explain this. And date should be equal to post dot posted, and finally following should be equal to user. Okay, so then we now need to go ahead and save this, stream.save. I'm gonna finish this and then I'm gonna explain. So finally we need to create a signal, so we're gonna say post on the save post underscore save dot connect. It should connect stream, not that kind of stream, rather stream dot add underscore post. Then the sender is going to be what? Post. Okay, let me go ahead and explain this, because that should be it for this models. Now, okay, so over here what we did is create a class stream. Now following should be models.foreign key user. Definitely it's going to be a user object, and user, this user over here is the person that others are following. Hopefully you understand, like the person that owns the posts that are going to be shown to his followers. Now this post over here is getting a foreign key of this post that we created over here, so you should know how foreign key works. Now date, as usual, date underscore date time field. Now this is where the logic comes to play. So we want to add post to any user that follows us. Now post is gonna be instance, user is gonna be post.user. So this user over here, we are setting it to this post.user. And you remember in this post we have this user stuff over here. Let's say Destiny has this post. Now what we simply do over here is get user, a variable user, and we set it to the user of the post, like Destiny's post. That's what we did over here. And now what we did over here is simply get all the followers of Destiny. We got all the followers, then we filtered it by following should be equal to user. So we got all the followers of like a particular user. Let's be using Destiny as an instance. So we got all the followers of Destiny. Now we checked for the following. So you remember over here in this follow, there's this variable called following that stores like the people that are following me. This is me over here following. This is people that are following me. Hopefully you understand. So the people that are following me now, we set it to user, which we defined over here, post.user. So hopefully you understand what's going on. If you don't, I will still explain it in the comment section. If you have any, just drop it down there. Now we got one follower from all the followers that Destiny have that we've gotten over here. So let's say he has 300,000 followers. Now we got each of them and we show them the posts. Now stream post is equal to post. What does this mean? Over here in the stream, you can see that we have this stuff defined post over here. That is this one. So this one in orange is this one over here. Now we assigned it to post, which is this one that we created. Hopefully you understand. User, we got follower.follower. Okay, this follower over here is this single follower that we have. Then we are assigning it to this follower that we have over here. Now date is equal to post.posted. So post over here dot posted that we created at the top here. Then following should be equal to user. I know it's kind of hard to take in, but don't worry, repetition and consistently looking at this is going to help you understand what it does. Okay, so finally we go ahead and save what we created. Now that's it. I know that was a little bit too much to take in. Now let's install this. So we're going to say from post.models, we want to import tag. It's number one. We also have another one called post. We also have another one called follow, and we have another one called stream. Okay, this is all we have. Then we need to say admin.site.register, and we need to register tag. We need to do this in 4 places. We're gonna register post, we're gonna register follow, and we're gonna register tag. This is supposed to be follow, then follow, then this is supposed to be stream. Okay, so with this now, let's go ahead and make a migrations and also migrate. Okay, I think we are getting an error. Let's say it says false is not defined. What's wrong? Let's break this out and let's run server again. Okay, on line 32 models.py, let's see models.py line 32 editable false. What's wrong? Let's actually get rid of this for now. Okay, it says Django.db.models has no attributes integer field. What's wrong? Let's see. From Django.db.models .signals import this. I think the error should be from here. On delete is not defined. Where is that? Okay, line 47. So this is supposed to be on delete, should be equal to models.cascade, not dot. And let's see another one. Okay, we also did the same thing in line 48 over here. Then that means we did the same thing over here too, because we copied it a couple times and pasted it. That means we need to arrange that over here too. Okay, now let's see what we've got. Yeah, working perfectly fine. So right now we can go ahead and make migrations so that it gets into our database. Then we're gonna migrate just like this. Oh yeah, that's it. Then we're gonna create a super user, so we're gonna be able to log into our admin with some credentials. Okay, email address should be testfix@gmail.com. Password should be testing321. Created successfully. Then we're gonna run our server again. Okay, so now when we head over here and try logging in with those credentials, what do you notice? It gets us logged in, and as you can see, we have all those things that we created in our models.py. Follow over here, we can add a follow. Let's say Destiny wants to follow Destiny. We can save this. Now we have one follow object. Post, we can create a new post. It automatically have an ID. We can choose a file. Let's say head over to my downloads, head over stock images. Let's say I want to post that, and I'm gonna say beautiful house. I'm gonna add a tag house. I'm gonna save this. The owner of this post should be Destiny, and let's say it has 10 likes. Note, we'll be adding likes like this. We'd have to make users automatically like posts themselves. So when you come over to stream, as you can see, we are now streaming one object from Destiny. Because Destiny is following Destiny, it automatically streamed the post to him. Hopefully you understand. Now for tags, we have one tag. So yeah, that should be pretty much it for this video. It's getting a little bit longer. I think we're gonna go ahead and start off writing some views in the next one. Hopefully you guys understood what we did here. I know it's quite a lot to take in, but if you don't understand what we did, I can actually go ahead and still explain in the comment section, or you can chat me up on Telegram, WhatsApp, whatever. I'm always there. I'm gonna help you guys break things down. So I hope I'll see you guys in the next video. For now, I'd love, peace out.